Today I would like to talk that how in Indian perspective, in Indian philosophy or Indian traditions or Indian literature, how we understand the personality of individual. Personality plays a very big role, great role in Indian philosophies. Rather, no philosopher can start his understanding of any of the philosophy without understanding and practicing this first part, that is the swabhava. Swa means self and bhava means your emotions. So how these emotions are arranged in you, which are raised differently in different individuals, and if you do not understand this complexity, you are unable to proceed further to understand the self and rest of the principles of the Indian philosophy. And therefore, it is considered of utmost importance to understand the swabhava, that how we are made, what we are, what's our behavior is, how it gets controlled and who controls it. Without understanding these principles, none of the higher principles can be understood. And therefore, initially, one has to understand what I am, what we are, how we behave with self, others, and with other natural forces. The first thing which is in us, which is keeping us alive, which is responsible for our day-to-day existence, is our life force. And this life force is having various levels. This is not a static thing. This is very much a phenomenon which occurs in all of us, making us different from others. And this life force resides at different levels to guide this huge, complex biological mass and making it a very unique and wise, only race capable of retreating back himself to the absolute reality. And therefore they classify this self, the me, the you, or our human existence They put it at 3 levels, or you can call it 3 ways. Whatever you call it, it's a material. Thing is, you should understand it. The first of all talked about is Purushottama. Purushottama, Purush means me, you, the humans, that is Purush. And what is Uttama means a supreme truth in that. The supreme truth in that, that is the Purushottama. Purush Uttam, Sreshta, best, supreme in the human. It provides us our basic structure, basic spirit, our basic nature. Accordingly, we behave with self and others. Behavior with self is as important as that you behave with others. And this comes from all its characteristics, the basic characteristics that comes from Purushottama. Kind of Purushottam you have, kind of the person you are. It provides the space for other elements too. It is not the only element, it is not the only thing which will decide my behavior or your behavior, but it provides an opportunity to grow to whatever direction the being you want. It facilitates your desires. It facilitates what you want to become, and therefore it will accommodate all those forces which you think are necessary for your own development, for your own desired goal to achieve. So this Purushottama, the supreme truth, will help you, though it will limit to certain extent, but in the process is very helpful to you. In other words, as I told you, it limits also and it provides you the potential both. It sets the limits too, so you may not harm yourself, you may not harm others, and therefore it provides the limits. At the same time, it gives you the potentials to proceed in the desired direction to achieve your goal. It may be spiritual or otherwise. Second comes the self. Self means swam or aham. That is the self. Self gives you the awareness. Without this self, without this ego, without this ahankar, you cannot identify yourself. For proceeding any direction, you have to identify yourself first. Everybody have to identify himself first, and then this I which you have identified will proceed will cause the individual development or take course in the direction you like, or directions you plan, or directions you think, or directions yourself is deciding. Therefore, this self becomes very important. This aham, ahankar, swayam, that becomes very important. This is in its reference that you exist. It is in this respect that you identify, or you live your existence as a relative existence with other forces, natural, spiritual, or they may be physical forces. This is your I, which is in which reference as a matter of relativity, means it is the relativity of your I with the outside forces as well as of that of the inside forces, spiritual as well as non-spiritual, that you get identified and proceed further. Third important aspect is jiva. Jiva is mostly understood with that of the Atma, because very commonly it is said to be Jivatma. But Atma and Jiva are two different things. Atman is independent. Atman is untouched. Atma does anything. It is a witness. It simply witnesses the things happening with you. It certainly observes, but it doesn't interfere. Neither it gives you a boost, nor it creates any kind of interference in your functioning. It is a silent spectator. It is not involved in the process. So Atma is an independent entity which is not involved, which is a silent witness, non-functioning witness to the all activities of Purushottama, self and Jiva. But it is very much attached with the Jiva, therefore ordinarily it is called the Jivatma. Jiva is the force, life force, which keeps you alive, which maintains your memory, which maintains your functions, which maintains your activities, which maintains your thinking, which makes you philosopher, which makes you scientist, and it keeps you alive, functioning, participating in all these things because of the Jiva. We live as long as this Jiva is inside us. And this Jiva is not located at one point. This is present all over in each cell of the body. Each molecule of the body is having Jiva. It resides in brain also. It resides in skin also. It resides everywhere. It is the life force which is keeping you alive, which is making you to think, which is making you to perceive, which is making you to take action. And this is Jiva, means which is maintaining your body, which is a life force for keep you living. And you live as far as Jiva is there in the body. If body structure is disturbed, and jiva cannot reside, it will leave. And that's why we say, as long as one is living, in Sanskrit we call this jivit, means it contains the jiva, and the moment the jiva has departed, we say the person is mrit, means now he is dead. He is no more functioning. So maintaining all those functions is the function of jiva, which is all pervading in the body. It is pervading in one mass. It is present in your heart, mind, body cells, and everywhere. It's a unified force to keeping you alive, which get permeated to the each cell, each part, each organs, everywhere. Now, this jiva, this is the way our ancient rishis saw the life. They saw it in this form. They saw it this way. And they have been practicing all their yogas, all their activities, understanding these facts. Now, we come to the second part, which is equally important. Once we have understood that what is self, what is Purushottam, what is Jiva, and what is Atma, Atman, then question comes about our body and mind. That what they are, because without understanding them, you cannot proceed further. You have to understand your body first, that what this body which is alive by jiva, what it is, what is its, I will say, anatomy. Not anatomy in physical terms, but anatomy in the spiritual terms. Now this body is said to be made of certain koshas. Kosha means layer. As you are able to see me, so first of all you are seeing my outer layer, that is my clothings. So this body has worn clothings, and you are appreciating me or identify me through my clothings. This is a external sheath. Below this sheath, when you put off your clothings, there is a body which is covered by a sheath called skin. This skin gives you colors. The arrangements of bones and this skin make you black, brown, or whatever color it may be, and whatever your shape may be, Negroid or Caucasian or maybe Mongoloid. So whatever you are, that is because of this external sheath. Whatever you are seeing is the external sheath. Now this sheath is called as, which includes bones, which includes your skin, which include your all other organs too inside, because they all are providing you a shape of human, and to other one a shape of lion or shape of deer. So this shape in which we are, this is a sheath, kosha. And this kosha is nurtured by food. It's nurtured by food. When the person is born or any animal is born, it's very small. Then he takes food. To food in Sanskrit we call as the anna. So this whatever we take which comes from soil, water, and the sun, and other natural forces, and we eat it, we digest it, and this get assimilated in our tissues of a small child. The child start growing. Every day we are eating anna. Every day we are taking input of some sort of anna, food. And this food is getting converted into me. And I am growing. So I am nothing but I am this anna which I have eaten. I am this food which I have taken. That's why our ancestors always insisted upon to be vegetarian. Because they said you will become what you eat. Because you are what you have eaten. Because your entire body, the external sheath, the first sheath is the annamaya kosh. It is the result of the food which we have eaten. I am nothing but what I have eaten till my 21 years of age. I am that. Now I am also sustaining myself on the food or the anna which I am eating. So if they presume that if you eat the tamasic food, your behavior will be tamasic, your self will be tamasic, your Purushottam will get influenced, your Jiva will get influenced. Of course, the Atma will remain independent, unconcerned. But rest, everything will be what you have eaten. So you are what you have eaten. So if you have eaten animals, then your anna kosha is made of animals. If I have taken vegetarian food, palatable food, I am made of the palatable food. So this kosha, the sharir, external kosha which we see, external sheath which is visible to all of us, of everybody, is nothing but it is the annamaya kosha made out of food. So it is as like that of it depicts the behavior of the food which you have eaten. It's very simple. That protein or carbohydrate, whatever taken, that would form the structure, proteins, etc. in your body from that protein. So it will bring all its sanskara, all its nature to your body, which will certainly influence the other things in your body. So that's how it is called as this physical body. This entire physical body is called Anna Kosha because it is made of Anna. It is made of food. Now second comes second Kosha. Now after this physical body, what you are, you say, I am. To whom this body belongs? It belongs to me. And who are you? You are a body which is made of anakosha and which is keeping alive, making to think, making to function, making to live by prana. By prana. This prana component, which comes through repeated breathing and metabolism. Pranavayu. This pranavayu, vayu stands for air. This is what we breathe into, the oxygen. So rest, the survival of all these cells, which to them we are providing natural with the food, kind of food you like. But their metabolism and all functions are being maintained by the oxygen, the prana, vayu, which we are inhaling. So this becomes the pranamaya kosha. So this second one is the pranamaya kosha. Now, once there is a pranamaya kosha which is keeping us alive, which is keeping our metabolism, which is providing oxygen to each tissue, cell, brain, everything, everybody, and keeping our annamaya kosha functioning well, then there comes the manomaya kosha. Manomaya kosha. Man means mind. And what is your mind? Without indriya, the mind is not functioning well. So mind is informed by the 5 indriyas, 5 sense perceptions, which you all know: eyes, nose, mouth, ears, skin. Skin too is a indriya. Now all these indriyas perceive, tongue is also a indriya. All these indriyas perceive certain things from the outside and they take it to the mind, to the mana, and mana will analyze it. He is capable of analyzing them, understanding them, interpreting them, and then makes a decision, and from that decision comes out to be the action. But this all thing, analysis of all the sense perceptions which stimulus they have perceived, maybe sound, maybe seeing, visual, maybe olfactory, maybe tactile, maybe gustatory, including genital organs. All that, whatever they perceive, it goes to the mana. And mana which analyze all these information received from these indriyas, these sense perceptions, and then make you to act. So this mana controls your all indriyas. Then comes Vijnanamaya Kosh. Now this is Vijnan, we say Vigya. Vijnan word has come from Vigya. Vigya means knowledge. That's why I say knowledge is knowledge, Gyan. Gyan in Sanskrit. So now, when the man is informed, all sense perception have taken, certain decisions are taken. Now there is a intellect, your intelligence, which is going to play a role. So the level of the interaction between the senses and the mana, mind, providing it the intelligence to analyze, is the function of Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya Kosha not only do that, but it leads to again a feeling of I-ness. I am. Feeling of being that I am the decision maker. And thus it controls the sense of self, man, senses. So interfere in all these things. This intellect. So this intellect part, along with the mana and indriya, it forms a Vijnanamaya Kosha which makes interpretations of everything. Even they may store it. maybe create your memory and everything. So this Vijnanamaya Kosha is very important for the functioning, for our philosophical, for our personality, because finally this personality is being made by this Vijnanamaya Kosha. It is causing a synthesis of all other three through intellect, which is the part of Vigya. And then the analysis and everything is complete. Your function is complete. Function of mind, body, everything. Now it will involve, Vigya will have effect on all. It will, mana through mana, it your mind. And when the decision is taken for some action, whatever it may be, good or bad, to put it or say it right, again it's a job of the Vijnanamaya Kosha. So, this Vijnanamaya Kosha is very important, and it is involved in all the functions of the body, of me, I. In a sense, I also finally rests in Vijnanamaya Kosha, because that is the only one where intellect is there. Now last comes Anandamaya Kosha. All these koshas were at physical level, related to the body structure, related to my body structure, related to your body structure, related to your mind, related to your heart, and related to all kind of functioning going on in the body. But there is a something above that, a supreme bliss, which is above Vijnanamaya Kosha. Rather, none of the Kosha has to contribute anything in that. They contribute in the sense that this vessel is providing an opportunity for this Ananda. Without this vessel, without this body, without this mana, without this indriyas, without this intellect, I cannot interpret or ascend or descend. So this is my basic machinery which will help me to ascend or descend to the Ananda. But Ananda is the highest. It is most profound. It is at highest level, not touching them, and it's ultimate bliss, ultimate pleasure. The pleasure which is present in the entire universe. It connects to the entire universe, not to you or people, one people or two people, but once you are in Anandamaya Kosha, then you are free for the entire universe. That ultimate Ananda, happiness. I think there should be some other better person, a better word for in English for this. So that ultimate bliss is called, which has nothing to do, that is above Atman, that is above Jiva, that's above Self, that's above Purushottam, that's above Anandamaya Kosha, this Annamaya Kosha, that's above your Pranamaya Kosha, that is above Vijnanamaya Kosha, that is above Manomaya Kosha. All sheaths pass through at supreme level. This is the supreme bliss. And that is called Anandamaya Kosha. Anandamaya Kosha. So this is the way how we looked at the construct of our behavior or swabhava. They have called it swabhava. Swa means your, my. Bhava means how I'll behave, how I'll be guided by my emotions, how I'll be guided by ideas. That's a bhava. So swabhava. That's how this is the process of attaining the swabhava or understanding the swabhava as per Indian traditions. Thank you very much. Next time I will take next chapter or the same thing. Dhanyavad.